One way that animals defend themselves and kill their prey is by using venom and poison. However, some animals aren't born with their own toxins, so their only solution is to take toxins from other animals. Most of these animals are poisonous, but some are venomous with stinging cells. So here are the top 10 animals who steal other animals' toxins. Number 10 is the Spurwinged Goose. The Spurwinged Goose lives in the wetlands of sub-Saharan Africa and has a least concern conservation status and has 2 subspecies. They grow to be 30 to 45 inches long, with the males being larger than the females. This animal is one of the few bird species in the world that is poisonous. They get their poison from eating blister beetles. The poison gets absorbed into the animal's tissue, making it poisonous. The toxin that the bird has is canfaridin. 10 milligrams of canfaridin can kill you. It's not just a poison, it is also a burn agent. It causes damage to the lining of the gastrointestinal and urinary tract. Number 9 is the common quail. The common, also known as European quail, is a migratory bird living in Europe, Asia, and Africa. It has a least concern conservation status, and they grow to be 6 to 7 inches long with a 13 to 14 inch long wingspan. When they migrate to northern Africa, they eat a plant called hemlock, and when people eat a common quail that ate this plant, they get rhabdomyolysis. That causes the electrolyte balance to shut down and the proteins in the blood system to shut down, shutting down the kidneys, and it can kill you. Number 8 is the blue-capped ifrit. The blue-capped ifrit lives in New Guinea and Papua New Guinea. They grow to be 6 inches long and have a least concern conservation status and get their name from the blue feathers on the top of their head. Botulinum works the exact opposite way of tetrodotoxin, which is found in pufferfish. The toxin ties into and forever leave open the sodium channels in the nerve cell, which causes paralysis, and there is a cure for it. Number 7 is the blue sea slug. You've seen these guys on those lists about top 10 animals you never heard of. In fact, it's in so many of those lists, I don't think it should be a contender for those type of lists anymore. These animals mostly feed on the Portuguese man of war, an animal that has killed 3 people so far. The animal holds the stinging from that animal and other siphonophora into its tissue. You see those tentacle-looking things? Those are called suras. That is where the stinging cells are, and the sting causes extreme pain, and it may be dangerous. Number 6 is the Patui. This genus of birds lives in New Guinea. Some animals had the name Patui, but didn't, DNA-wise, belong to the same genus. There are 4 living species of the Patui. The most toxic species is the hooded Patui, and they have a botulinum. These animals get their toxin from the mellirid beetle. This animal is aposematic, meaning they warn you they are toxic by their coloration. At number 5 is the Nudibranch. The Nudibranch is an order of mollusks. Some species of the Nudibranch are venomous, with stinging tentacles. They steal venom from the sea anemone. The venomous stinging cells from their prey will be sent to the Nudibranch's tentacles. All those tentacles have tiny capsules with coiled tubes that will go into the predator's body, like a jellyfish's harpoon stinging cells. To a human, the sting would be painful but not deadly. The beautiful coloration warns other animals that they are toxic, but people will step on them without knowing and then get stung. Number 4 is the Killback Snake. This genus of snake that lives in Southeast Asia are highly venomous, and they generate their own venom, but they have a secret. They get poison from poisonous toads, and they send those poisons to glands on their head. There are 27 species of Killback Snake, and the deadliest one is the tiger Killback Snake. Like every other venomous colubrid, they have rear fangs, so they have to chew into their victim for them to envenomate it. Despite their toxicity, these guys are actually very docile, and there are not a lot of deaths from this snake. Number 3 is the poison dart frog. The best example for animals who are aposematic is a group of amphibians called the poison dart frog. These animals live in Central and South America. Not all species are deadly to people, and the most deadly species is the golden poison dart frog, who sadly is endangered. These animals have botulinum that attacks the nerves, causing paralysis. These animals get their toxins from eating ants, centipedes, and mites. There are 107 species of poison dart frog, and their toxins are used in medicine. Number 2 is the Japanese fire-bellied newt. You may see the Japanese fire-bellied newt in a pet store. Those ones are not toxic because they are not fed the poisonous insects that they eat in the wild that makes them deadly. They have lumps on the side of their head that holds the neurotoxic poison. If a predator tries to eat them or someone puts pressure on them, they will release that poison. It can kill a human in 6 hours, and there is no antidote. It paralyzes your respiratory system, so you suffocate to death. But they are safe as pets. And at number 1, we have the Mantilla. There is a genus of frogs in Madagascar known as the golden frogs and Malagasy poison frogs. They grow to be 1 inch long or smaller. They can be green, red, orange, yellow, blue, brown, white, and black. And they have markings that is specific for this animal. There are 16 species of Mantilla. They become toxic after eating poisonous insects, and their skin has a various amount of toxins. Some species are deadly to people. They can be kept as pets. These are beautiful animals that should just be looked at a distance and shouldn't be handled by someone who isn't an expert.